Hello, vintage outboard motor fans. This is T-Mike. Making another video today. Today's video is going to be on troubleshooting a cooling problem with your vintage outboards. So the most questions I ever get are on spark issues. Next is carburetor issues, and third is cooling. My motor, I changed the impeller on it and it's still not pumping water. So I have that problem right now on a restore I'm doing. It's a restore for Carl. It's a 1957 7.5 horsepower. I've got it restored, changed the impeller, but it's not pumping water. So I decided I'm gonna do an in-depth video of how to troubleshoot a vintage motor that's not pumping water. So it's gonna be a 4-step video, be 4 parts. First part is going to be the most common problem that I come across with people is how much water to put in your barrel when you're testing your motor. You wouldn't believe some of the pictures I've seen of this. So I'm going to show you exactly how much water you should have in that barrel. All right. Second part is going to be how to test your gear case in a 5-gallon bucket of water, and what is a good test, a good what's the level of water that should be pumping out. All right. Third part is going to be assuming that you have a problem, it's not pumping water, and your gear case is good. I'm going to show you how to isolate the trouble, whether it's in the gear case, in the lower unit, or up in the power head. I'll step you through isolating that problem. And then the fourth part is going to be the tricky part. Once we find the blockage, is how to clear that blockage. And my goal is to make water pump on this motor. So I'll take you outside and show you how it's not working, and then by the time the video ends, we're going to have made it pump water. So if everybody's ready, here we go. Okay, here she is, a 7.5 horsepower 1957 Johnson for Carl. So this motor came to me all in pieces, and the power head was not good, so I ordered a power head on eBay, which is kind of taking a chance, I know. And the seller said no refunds, but says it ran. So sure enough, I put it on Carl's motor, and it runs great, but it doesn't pump water. And I'm afraid that trouble is in the power head, but we'll see. So I want to show you, first of all, in part 1 is how far down in the barrel this needs to go. So you see where the water level is right here? Water level is above this plate right here. The impeller is right there on top of this plate. It has to be underwater to be able to pick up the water. It can't suck the water down from the bottom. If the water's below it right here, it's not going to pump water. It's got to be above this level right here. All right, so that's part 1. All right, and part 2 is going to be how to test the gear case. I'm going to show you that it doesn't pump water. Then I'm going to take it out and put it in a 5-gallon bucket and see if it's the gear case, the midsection, or in the power head, the blockage. So if everybody's ready, here we go. Okay, so it does not pump water, and you don't want to run it too long to make that power head overheat. It didn't get over hot. I can still touch it, so water should come out of this blowhole, and a lot of it, and none's coming out. So I'm gonna drain the water out of my barrel, take the gear case off, stick it in a bucket, and spin the drive shaft with a drill, and see if I got good flow of water coming out. All right, so I decided to do it this way. I took the power head off, which I have to do anyway, to remove the gear case. And after I took it off, I put my drill on the drive shaft here, and water all comes spewing out of this hole right here when I hit the trigger. So the impeller should be shooting water out of this hole right here. and for it to get through the power head and come out the blowhole, it's got to have more pressure than that. So the trouble is either down in the gear case or in this lower unit. I eliminated the power head right now. Now I'm going to take the gear case off and see if it's pushing water out. Okay, I got the gear case off. Took it off the motor, and I got in my bucket here to run, and look what I see. The tube is smashed. The grommet there is smashed. That's probably part of the blockage right there. I'm gonna run it and see how a little bit of water comes out and see if I can fix it. Okay, I got my drill on it, and I'm gonna run it. That is not enough water. That is the problem. Let's see if I can get that water pumping out of there better. Okay, I got the tube out. Sure enough, look at that grommet, how it's crushed. It's crushed. I'm gonna fix that and see if we can get better water. Okay, so I pulled the grommet off and testing my gear case. That's not enough water. So the problem is double, is in that impeller housing too. I'm gonna take that apart and make this work better. All right, I got the gear case out, took the impeller off, doesn't look bad. So the water shoots up through here, comes down from this open vent right here and sucks it down from here, down into the gear, down from here to this right here. This is the main suction point, and I see the screen is pushed in right here. I think that screen is collapsed. I don't like that. I'm gonna take a pick and pull it out and then blow air. I got my hose here. I'm gonna blow air in between all those passageways and make sure I feel it coming out. See if it's blocked. Okay, I went ahead and pulled the screen out, and that sucker is clogged up like nobody's business. Look at that. And it's collapsed. So I'm gonna put it back together without the screen. Without the screen in here. I'm gonna put it back together and see if she... Okay, I took the screen off. It still ain't pumping good. That water ought to shoot way up to here. That water ought to come almost up to the end of this drop shaft. So we've got trouble sucking water here. Ha! I'm gonna change the impeller housing and impeller now and see what we got. Okay, I changed the impeller housing. And it's shooting water up. It don't seem like it's enough, but I'm gonna put it back on the motor and see if that'll work. All right, I got the gear case back on, and I'm gonna spin it. And that's the water coming out. It's more than it was before, but I don't think it's enough. I'm gonna put the power head on and see if it works. Alright, so that fixed the problem. Problem was the thermostat cover. What happens on those thermostat covers is the center hole where the drive shaft goes through wears out and the water leaks right there and can't get through the pump. So the thermostat housing cover fixed that problem. Now I'm going to remove the power head and I'm going to show you if the trouble would have been in a power head, how to test all the passageways. Okay, so now we've proven the problem was with the impeller housing on this particular motor, and we got it fixed. Now I'm going to go over what you would do if you isolated the problem down to the flywheel. Okay, so suppose the test on the drive shaft right there shows it going through, but it still didn't pump water out the blowhole. The passageways are right here where the water gets pumped in. It goes through the bypass chamber, okay, comes out the bypass chamber, goes through all the passageways of the head cover, and then out through, comes out through the chamber again and goes out the blowhole. So if you isolated trouble down to here, take the bypass cover off. There's passageways underneath here that grime and impeller housing parts and different things get jammed up. You might take a pick and clean all the passageways out. If that doesn't fix it, take the head cover off, and there's passageways in here where the water cools it all down, and look for blockage in those passageways. So that's the two areas I would look at. I would also try to blow air through here and have it come out the other side. That's the indication that you've cleared it. All right? That's how you run trouble and isolate trouble on the coolant system on a 1957 7.5 horsepower Johnson. Okay, so in conclusion, we ran the trouble on the cooling system problem on my 1957 7.5 horsepower Johnson and found the trouble to be the impeller housing. All right, and we isolated it by checking on the drive shaft, seeing it wasn't pumping, checking the gear case wasn't pumping, making the gear case pump. So let's summarize. All right, 4 steps to the video. First step was how much water to put in the barrel when you're running your motor. Make sure it's above the impeller. All right. The second step was to test the gear case in a bucket. We found it wasn't pumping in the bucket, and we made it pump. All right. Third step was to isolate the blockage by doing the gear case test, by testing it on the drive shaft. All right. And then the fourth place was how to clear the blockage. Went over that in the gear case. The water tube is a passageway, needs to be checked, and then the exhaust bypass cover and the head cover to look for blockages in there. So I hope y'all enjoyed the video. I know I did. I love what I do, and I love helping people. Have any questions, you got my number, give me a call. I don't mind helping you. All right, and remember, always remember and never forget, here at T Mike's Vintage Outboards, we're doing it one motor at a time. See y'all next video. Thanks for watching the video. I hope y'all enjoyed it. If you did, please click on subscribe and tell all your friends about T Mike's Vintage Outboards YouTube channel. Also, I have dozens of links below in the description. You can find my eBay store, all the parts I have in there. You can find my trusted T Mike parts, where I make kits for the fuel pump conversions, for your carburetors, for your magnetos and your gear cases. You also have a link for my mail-in repair service, how to send me your parts to repair and send them back to you. Also a link in there for technical consulting if you need some help with your vintage motors. So I love what I do. I love all the videos that you guys have requested for me to make. Keep the requests coming in, and I'll keep making the videos. And remember, always remember, and never forget, here at T Mike's Vintage Outboards, we're doing it one motor at a time.